what I need from them, no favors.
How you guys doing out there? This is J.O.A.T.D. I'm back with another one. I bought me a used 2006 Ram 1500 truck, and the tachometer does not work. So we're gonna see what's wrong, and we're gonna see if we can fix it. I went on the internet and found a couple videos on how to fix it, so we're gonna see if we can fix mine. All right. So basically what we're going to do is show you that it does not work, first of all. Alright.
Now it's all bad.
Okay, so right now you see that the tachometer is not moving. We're going to go ahead and push on the gas a little bit. So that lets you know that the tachometer does not move. If we get closer, you can see that it's actually under the pin, not on top of it. So let's see if we can fix this. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take out the two screws from up under the steering wheel. The two screws are Phillips head screws. So let's get started. All right, so we got the two screws out, and all we're gonna do is pull this off. All right. So we got that removed. All right, so the next thing you're gonna do is you're gonna pull off this entire radio face, the bezel. You're going to grab it in the corners as best as you can, and if you can't get your hands behind it, what you're gonna do is you're gonna take a fish bone, and you're just gonna kind of stick it in this area right here and pull up on it, and you'll hear it pop up. Then you'll be able to actually grab it. So mine was not as, you know, tight. So let's see. There we go. So you just pull all of this off. Oh, some of this stuff. Okay, so I got that down, and what you're going to do after that is, let's come up a little bit. You're going to take out 5 screws. It's one here, one down here. That's 2. One here, 3, one here, that's 4, and there's one all the way at the bottom down here. If you can see it, it's one right there. So you're going to take all 5 of those screws out, and that should take loose this part around the actual cluster itself. All right, I'm going to try to record that part of it. It's kind of hard to do. Let's see. All right, so let's go ahead and remove the 5 screws. They're Phillips heads. So, all right, that's 1. That's 2. Just one down here at the bottom. That's 3. It's one here. 4, and it's 1 here. That's 5. Okay. So now that we have that out, we should be able to just pull this off. Let's see. Just get your hand up under it. That part and down here. There we go. Okay, to get this off, you're gonna have to lower the steering wheel column. So pull the steering wheel column down, and this should just come right out of there. Alright, and then you're gonna have to disconnect just by pressing down on this tab right here. There you go. Alright, so we got all that out. Now the next thing we're going after is the cluster screws. You have 1, 2, 3, and then 1 down here, 4. You're going to take all 4 of those screws out. So we're going to try to do that. Give me a second. Move some of the stuff out of the way. Okay. So I'm going to take out this one first. This 1. And 1 here. This 2. And then 1 down here. 3. And then another one down in this corner right here. It's kind of hard to see. Right here. Alright. So that is 4 screws. Now what we're going to do is, it should just come out of there. Okay, it'll just come out of there, but I need 2 hands to do this, so give me a second. Okay guys, what I had to do was I had to put the key in and drop it into like 1, change the gear to like 1, and then pull it. I pulled it out and then I turned it upwards, and now it's like on top of the steering column. So basically I'm gonna have to go to the back and disconnect the harnesses that's in the back there. You see these wire harness connectors? It is 2 of them, and all it is push in the actual it's like a little tab. You push the tab in, and when you push the tab in, just pull the wire out. All right, make sure you turn the car off and everything before you do that. All right, so I got the cluster out. It actually is 3 connectors, 2 gray ones and a white one. As you can see here, all you do is just push down on this tab here and pull it out, and that's for all of them. Same way we did this one here. Before you pull the car to gear, make sure you have the brake engaged down here at the bottom. You're gonna push that in and make sure that that's engaged before you pull it out of gear. You pull out of gear, the car's gonna roll back. So I just wanted to throw that safety issue in there, just because I know some people may just pull out of gear. So you make sure you step on this pedal down here and push it down as hard as you can to lock the brakes before you put it out of gear. And when you pull the cluster out, make sure you put the car back in gear. Like right now, it's back in gear. I still have the brake down though. All right, so we have it out, and what we're going to do is we're going to take it loose and check to see what's going on with it. All right guys, so I have the instrument cluster out, and what you're gonna do is you're gonna take out 18 T15 screws, okay? So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, and then 18 on the corner side here, okay? Do not take out the 2 in here. Those are holding on the actual the harness clips for the harness clips. Do not take those out, okay? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take those loose and we're gonna see what's behind it. All right. All right, so I got all 18 15 T15s out, and this part should just come off. All right, so that part is off. Now what you're gonna do is, on the videos that I've seen, they say that this chip and this chip are the ones that control the RPM gauge. So what I'm gonna do is, they used a soldering iron, and what they did was, see if I can get close to it, they touched each individual connector right here, all these connections. They touched each individual one with the soldering iron to heat them up so that the solder would flow back to the board. So they did all these down here, and then they did all the ones up at the top. Then they went over here and they did the same thing. They touched all of those, and they touched all the ones at the top with a soldering iron. I'm gonna try a different method. I'm gonna use a heat gun, and I'm just gonna heat the chips up for like you know, a couple seconds, maybe like 20 seconds each. And I'm gonna keep going back and forth until I know that they're hot enough where the solder's melted. So we're gonna try it like that first. And if that doesn't work, then we'll go with the soldering iron technique. All right, so give me a second. All right guys, so I changed my mind. I'm not gonna use the heat gun because you would actually have to take this board out, and if you took it out, you would have to reset the gauge needles, and you don't want to do that. So we're gonna go ahead and go with the soldering iron technique, and we're gonna see if it works afterwards. All I'm doing right now is I'm gonna clean off the soldering tip. All right. So like I said, you're gonna touch each individual connection. So I'm touching each one of them for about 10 seconds. Alright, so now I'm going to do the back side. Alright, a couple more. Alright, I have one more. Alright. Alright, so you can see I touched all of these connectors together. Well, not together, but you know, to the board, and I melted the solder on both. I might hit this one more time just to make sure that I got it good enough, and then I'm going to go to the car, plug it in to see if it actually worked. Alright guys, so I loose installed the cluster. As you can see, the clear plastic's not on it. I just want to see if this actually worked for me. Just put the key in. This is going to be the first time I put the key in to check it. Alright guys, let's see. Oh my God, it actually worked. Let's crank the car up and make sure, because the pin used to be up under, you know, where that locator pin is right there on the RPM to the left side. It used to sit up under it, but now it's on top of it. So let's see. Oh my God, guys, it actually worked. It worked. Now, it actually worked. It's crazy, son. Look at that. It actually worked. So all you got to do right now is just put the glass, well, you're gonna have to detach the cables from the back again. Make sure when you're doing it, you're not touching the needles. Don't hit the needles. If you hit the needles, they're gonna be off. And I've seen a couple of people do like some kind of test on them, and that's supposed to reset them, but one guy did it and it didn't work. So just do not touch the needles. All right, guys, I just wanted to let you guys see how to repair your RPM gauge, and it actually worked. All I did was touch each individual chip connector. You know, I went over them twice. Just make sure when you do it, you don't melt the solder so bad that it leaks and it touches another connector. They cannot touch each other. You know, they have to be separate. So you touch it for about 10 seconds, count to 10, and just do each one. All right, guys, that's all I have for you today. I'm gonna put all of this stuff back together and enjoy the fact that I have a working RPM gauge. All right, guys, so I have one more thing that you may want to do. Shout out to Mark Ryder from YouTube. He is the video that I watched to actually repair this cluster, so I want to give a shout out to him. He also at the end expresses that you should put 2 shims in this end part here. I'm guessing that the bolts are so tight that they're actually tweaking the board, so over time, you know, the solder pops loose from the board being tweaked. So basically what you're going to do is you're going to take some electrical tape, fold it over about 8 times, drill a hole through the middle of it, and you're going to slide it between the board and this white plastic right here where the bolt goes. So it's going to go like right here, but it's going to go between the board and the plastic. So I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to show you how it looks. Alright, so I put the tape, you see the tape, I put it between the board and the white plastic, and like I said, I had drilled a hole through it before I put it between it. Try to focus. And then all I'm going to do is put the screws in it and put everything together and put all the screws in and put everything back together. Alright, guys, that's it for today. This is J.O.A.T.D with a working RPM gauge for my cluster. And again, it is a 06 Dodge Ram 1500. Alright, guys.